Okay. This is game 3 of the Pittsburgh tournament. Elliot Alvarez is not playing this game. How are the angles? Not too bad? They're okay?
Okay. Not good as yesterday.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's gonna...
That press is okay.
Right. Well, it is what it is. Yeah, it's like Thomas... Where's the
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's Connor. Connor McBride will start out in net. Press, Wernick, Kaiser at the dot. And then Luke Brown and Ethan Shulkin at the blue line. Oh, sorry. Connor McCabe in net. Sorry. It's the problem with all with the goalies, though. Puck goes around. Luke Brown, Ethan Shulkin behind the net. Up the press, over to Kaiser. Kaiser into the zone. Pressure by Wernick. Press. Kaiser. Wernick.
Stay on the net.
Wernick throws it in. Icing's waved off. Press with the pressure. Kaiser. Shulkin steps up the blue line. Wernick goes back for retrieve. Shulkin behind the net. Out to press. Luke Brown. Titus. Shulkin with pressure. Saved by McCabe. Luke Brown in the corner with Ethan Shulkin. Brown up to Ben Veland. Ethan Shulkin. Shulkin up to Ben Veland. Veland. Joel Friese up to Veland. Veland shot. Bostwick. Bostwick with a shot. Bostwick goal. 20-21 in the first half. Kaiser, Veland, Bostwick up front, Neal and Friese in the back. Eli up to Veland. Veland in the zone. Kaiser assists. Friese back to the puck. Chips towards Bostwick. Eli blocks the shot. Friese. Covered up by McCabe. Same 5 on the ice.
I was just going to say that.
Not much to say there. Same 5 stay on the ice. Kaiser. It's saved by McCabe. McCabe covers. Lines change up. D stays the same. Titus Lee goes in at center. Flanked by Press and Wernick. Eli Neal behind the net. Neal up to Frizy. Frizy behind the board. Around. Miles Press. Titus Lee. Lee over the blue line. Miles Press. Press again. Press back to Ethan Shulkin. Shulkin with a pass to Wernick. Shulkin keeps in the zone. Fires deep, press. Shulkin back on D. Shulkin and Brown. Yeah. Shulkin D to Luke. Brown. Up to Wernick. Ethan Shulkin. Owen Kaiser. Press keeps the puck in. Press off the board. Press with the shot. Wernick with pressure. Shulkin keeps it in. Up to Wernick along the boards. Kaiser. Shulkin back on D on his side. Goes back to retrieve. Luke Brown to the corner. Luke Brown backed up by Wernick and Kaiser. Kaiser hits the puck. Wernick. Wernick gets it. Shulkin. Shulkin up the boards to Veland. Veland passes to Luke Brown. Luke Brown over the board, the blue. Shoot by Duma Lang. Five on the ice will be Joel Frizy, and Eli Neal at the D. Titus Lee up front, along with Veland and Lang. Frizy keeps it in. Comes out of the zone on Eli Neal's side. Frizy goes to retrieve. Frizy along the boards. Duma Lang comes in. Oh, nice save. Did you catch that? Wow. Good hands. Same five stay on the ice. Titus Lee at the dot. Duma up the boards. Frizy over to Veland. Eli Neal. Neal behind his own net to Frizy. Frizy reverses. Frizy again. Veland in the corner. Eli Neal. Saved by McCabe. Another save by McCabe. Veland gets it out of his zone. Veland in the corner. Along the boards. Excuse me. Kaiser. Kaiser with a shot. Can't see who comes in. Is that Duma that came in? Duma was crashing the net after the shot by Kaiser. Kaiser, Press, and Wernick up front. Shulkin and Brown, the blue line. Press back to Shulkin. Puck gets trapped over the top of the net. Same 5 for the face-off. To the corner, Luke Brown chips it forward. Wernick, Kaiser. Press and Wernick go up. Puck comes to Kaiser. Puck comes. Pressure by Press. Saved by McCabe. Shulkin deflects into McCabe. Same 5 for this face-off. Kaiser reverses. Luke Brown. Luke Brown up to Miles Press. Press with pressure. Wernick comes over. Kaiser. Kaiser skates it in. Shot. Pass out by Press. Wernick with the back check. McCabe tips to Brown. Over towards Wernick. Brown gets it out of the zone. Kaiser with the forecheck. Shulkin knocks the puck down. Shulkin around the boards to Wernick. Kaiser with pressure. Do they not have the pegs in or something? That's like the 3rd time it's been knocked off. Bostwick, Lee, and Lang up front. Frizy and Neal at the blue line. Lee takes the face off. Frizy comes out. Frizy to Bostwick. Duma behind the net. Bostwick goes. Titus with pressure along the boards. Eli Neal passes it back to Frizy. Frizy over to Elliot Bostwick. Eli Neal. Frizy. Frizy up towards Gang. Eli Neal over to Frizy. Frizy cross ice to Elliot Bostwick. Over to Duma. Eli. Frizy. Cross ice to Duma Lang. Owen Kaiser. Kaiser gets the puck in deep. Evanston changes. Kaiser with the forecheck. Wernick. Kaiser and back along with Eli Neal. Kaiser. Eli Neal behind. Frizy over. Save. Frizy. Wernick gets the puck out of the zone. Icing. A lot of falling in this game.
Yeah. Titus Lee, Ben Veland, Elliot Bostwick up front, Shulkin and Brown, D. Titus Lee along the boards. Luke Brown back on D. Ben Veland, Elliot Bostwick.
Luke Brown, Ben Veland, and Titus Lee are there. Titus Lee stays. Ben Veland, Titus Lee. Puck's in deep. Ethan Shulkin goes to retrieve. Shulkin all the way up ice. Shulkin behind the net. Backed up by Bostwick. Puck comes out. Titus Lee's back on D. Puck goes to Luke Brown's side. Brown gets it in deep on net or near net. Luke Brown on the forecheck. Veland backing him up. Miles press on the side. Press stops the puck, gets it back to the corner. Veland with pressure. Backed up by press. Frizey. Frizey up to Veland. Veland into the zone. Icing. 10:51 left in the first half. Press, Wernick, and Kaiser. Neal and Frizey. Neal to Wernick. Puck comes back to Frizey. Frizey around the boards. Press. Press in the back corner. Wernick comes over. Press. Press backed up by Wernick. Puck goes out of play. Same five on the ice. Puck goes around to Frizey. Frizey, Kaiser. Kaiser behind the net. Kaiser out to Neal. Eli shoots it up the boards to goes to Lyle's press. Delayed penalty. Penalty at 10:07 in the first half. On Johnstown, cross check 2 minutes. Start out the power play. Kaiser, Press, and Wernick up front. Eli, Neal, and Joel Frizey. Over to Press. Press back to Neal. Neal, Frizey. Frizey into Kaiser. Press in the corner. Press backed up by Kaiser. Neal at the point. Neal into Kaiser. Kaiser back to Neal. Over to Frizey. Frizey keeps it in. Up to Kaiser. Wernick to the backboard. Kaiser. Kaiser with a shot. Eli, Neal pinches. Neal in the corner. Backed up by Press. Neal and Press. Press with it. Press centers. Frizey retrieves. Frizey up to Press. Press to Kaiser. Kaiser enters his own. Wernick. Wernick to Kaiser. Kaiser to Frizey. Frizey with the shot. .52 seconds left in the power play. Titus Lee, Lang, and Veland enter up front. Brown and Frizey now at the D. Frizey gets the puck deep. Titus Lee. Glenn, Lee. Lee, Glenn. Titus Lee goes back to retrieve. Over to Frizey. Frizey over to Duma. Lang to Veland. Veland into the corner. Frizy. There you go.
Luke Brown back to retrieve. Luke Brown.
Go!
Frizy goes back. Frizy to the corner. Frizy cross ice to Lang. Lang chips it forward towards Veland. Back to the corner for Frizy. Frizy off the glass. Frizy. Duma blocks it. Titus Lee. Duma on the forecheck. Puck goes around to Frizy. Frizy chips it out of the zone. Kaiser pursues. Press. Luke Brown pass it down to Wernick. Kaiser with pressure, press. Kaiser, Shulkin. Shulkin to Luke Brown. Back to Shulkin. Shulkin back to Brown. Brown to press. This is icing. 6:34 left in the first half. Kaiser, Wernick press up front. Shulkin, Brown at the D. Kaiser. Couple good saves by McCabe. Another save by McCabe. Another save. Press with pressure. Press in the corner. Save by McCabe. Oh. Ethan Shulkin. Shulkin up and out. Icing. Good job, goalie. Evanston changes up. Langley and Bostwick up front. Neal and Frizy at the D. Titus Lee at the dot. Ooh. Saved by McCabe. Open save. Same five on the ice. Titus at the dot. Titus Lee to the corner. Lee with pressure. Backed up by Frizy. Frizy and Lee. Frizy up to Duma Lang. Lang gets it out of the zone. Elliot Bostwick on the forecheck. Comes up near Duma Lang. Frizy. Frizy knocks it away. McCabe to the corner. Frizy up to the point. Titus with the block. Bostwick with the, comes out. Titus with another block. Frizy cross ice to Bostwick. Bostwick cross ice. Frizy up to the point. Bostwick puts pressure. Kaiser. Eli Neal. Neal behind the net. McCabe knocks it away. Kaiser with pressure. Puck goes back. Eli Neal back up by Boswick. Up towards Kaiser. Duma Lang. Lang gets it out of the zone. Owen Kaiser with pressure. Chopped up by McCabe.
Jeez, you look exhausted.
Okay, yeah. Take a steal. Take a walk. A deep.
Shulkin and Brown at D. Press, Wernick and Kaiser up front. Kaiser. Shulkin. Press comes out with it. Press. Over the red. Shulkin into the corner. Wernick into the corner. Press with the shot. Puck comes down. Shulkin side with Kaiser and pressure. McCabe stops it. Reverses to Luke Brown. Luke Brown up the boards to Wernick. Wernick cross ice to press. Press. Shulkin. Luke Brown. Luke Brown. Back towards press. Press comes in. Shulkin. Luke Brown. Luke Brown up to Wernick. Kaiser. Press.
Icing 3:01 left in the first half.
Frizy and Neal at the blue. Titus Lee takes the drop. Lee comes out up towards Boswick and Veland. Veland and Boswick pressure. Veland. Frizy. Titus Lee knocks it away. Elliot Boswick along the board. Eli Neal back up along the board. Boswick with pressure. Blocked by Veland. Goal scored at 2:34.
Goal 2:34 of the first half. Boswick, Lee, and Dealin up front. Neal and Frizy with the blue. Boswick with forecheck. Eli Neal comes up.
Frizy to Boswick. Eli Neal. Titus Lee. Miles press with pressure. Goes back. Ethan Shulkin. Joel Frizy. McCabe covers. 1:57 in the first half. Brown and Shulkin are D. Wernick press and Kaiser up front. Press comes out.
Go, Mike! Go, Mike! Nice!
Luke Brown. Out of the zone. Wernick with pressure. Shulkin behind his net. Luke Brown. Covered up by McCabe. D changes up to Frizy and Neal. Same three up front. Wernick out of the zone. Kaiser and classic pressure. Press get the puck. Kaiser. Press. Kaiser. Frizy. Wernick. Offside.
不要红心走，脱赛了。
Same five on the ice. Frizy, Neal. Press. Kaiser. Press. Press and Kaiser behind the net. Eli Neal pursues. Icing. Kaiser Wernick press up front. Brown and Frizy. Press behind the net. Wernick in the corner. Frizy tips. End of the first half. 1-1. Okay, second half against Johnstown. Kaiser, Press, and Wernick up front. Shulkin and Brown at the blue line. Thomas Feeney is now in net. Justin is delaying the game. Brown off the boards to Kaiser. Kaiser in the zone. Kaiser's shot. Shulkin at the blue line. Icing. Thomas is in there. Same five in for the face-off. Press behind. Luke Brown. Press with the back check. Luke Brown towards Wernick. Wernick pressure along the boards. Kaiser up to Wernick, sorry. Miles press. Shulkin enters the zone. Shulkin gets the puck in deep. Wernick behind the net. Comes out. Kaiser covering the point. Kaiser skates along the board. Puck in the corner. Press with pressure. Kaiser. Wernick pressure along the boards. Frizy. Press. Kaiser along the goal line, behind the net. Out to Eli Neal. Eli Neal in the corner. Wernick gets the puck in deep. Veland with pressure. Veland in the corner. Kaiser backs him up along the boards. Veland still in the corner. Kaiser. Neal. Kaiser on the back check. Saved by Feeney. Frizy. Veland. Dumoulin. Frizy D to Neal. Up towards Dumoulin. Neal knocks it away. Veland to the board. Eli Neal chips it out of the zone. Lang pursues. Lee backs him up. Shulkin chips it away. Shulkin again. Shulkin on the board. Shulkin.
Oh, nice shot.
Blocked by Feeney. Luke Brown.
It's always good when you knock the goalie's mask off. Good luck.
Same five on the ice. Titus Lee at the dot. Feeney, Rocker side. Oh. Goal Johnstown 18-25 in the second half. Wernick, Kaiser, press up front. Neal and Frizy. Eli Neal. Miles press. Eli. Frizy up to Kaiser. Press, knocks the puck down. Kaiser, Wernick, press. Neal and Frizy. Press in the corner. Kaiser backs him up. Kaiser and press in the corner along the boards. Press out by the guy. Wernick knocks the puck down. Press. Press with a shot save, obviously. Seeing 5 on the ice for the face-off. Press back to Neal. Neal to Frizy with a shot. Tipped by Kaiser. Press in the corner. Backed up by Wernick along the board. Wernick and press in the corner. Kaiser comes over. Frizy tips to press. Press. Kaiser takes it to the corner. Press takes over to Wernick. Eli Neal presses. Frizy tips forward. Eli Neal gets the puck in. Eli. Frizy. Eli Neal. Ethan Kaiser. Owen Kaiser. Frizy with pressure. Eli Neal now. Press back check. Press takes the puck. Press over the red line. Gets it in towards Wernick. Elliot Alvarez with pressure. Luke Brown. Eli Neal. Luke Brown and Neal. Alvarez over. Icing. 16-11 left in the second half. Alvarez, Lee, Bostwick up front, Shulkin, and Brown, the blue line. Alvarez at the dot. Back to Brown. Shot block. Shulkin back on me. Titus Lee. Elliot Bostwick to the corner, backed up by Elliot Alvarez. Puck goes out of play.
Keep trying, you'll get it.
Same 5 stay on the ice for the face-off. Alvarez with pressure. Feeney with the save. Johnstown at 15:43 of the second half. Whelan, Kaiser, Lang up front for the face-off. Frizy and Neal at the blue line. Kaiser back to Neal. Neal forward to Whelan. Whelan chips in the zone. Whelan along the boards. Back Kaiser helping Neal. Whelan, Neal keeps it in. Kaiser and Dumoulin. Frizy breaks up the pass. Kaiser. Kaiser up to the line. Lang into the zone. Over to Whelan. Neal knocks the puck away. Whelan shoots it down the ice. Whelan for it on the forecheck. Icing. Alvarez press and work up front. Shulkin and Brown, blue line. Alvarez with the shot. Alvarez down behind the net. Press reverses. Shulkin at the blue. Alvarez kicks over to Shulkin. Shulkin to Brown. Brown gets the puck in. Pressure by Press. Shulkin goes back to retrieve. Luke Brown. Brown reverses over towards Wernick. Feeney knocks the puck away. Press comes over. Press along the boards. Press chips it. Icing. Frizy, Neal, Bostwick, Kaiser, and Titus Lee for the face-off. Dean with the save. Dean with another one. Titus Lee. Frizy, the lead. Kaiser. Bostwick with the forecheck. Neal at the blue line. Titus Lee, Kaiser, Lee. Bostwick with pressure along the boards. Kaiser right at the blue line. Bostwick, Neal, Lee. Lee goes in. Kaiser keeps it in the zone. Kaiser backed up by Bostwick. Neal pinches. Puck in deeper. Frizy. Saved by Feeney. Frizy knocks it out of the zone. Titus Lee. Titus Lee out of the zone. He was pressure. Kaiser too. Neal. Oh, 12:30 of the second half. That was a nice move. Alvarez, Lang, and Whelan up front. Shulkin and Brown, the blue line. Whelan. Alvarez, Thielen, Shulkin, Brown in deep. Brown pinches, Thielen goes, Thielen chips it forward, leaves the zone, Alvarez back on knee, Shulkin. Saved by Thielen.
That was a sweet try.
Same 5 for the face-off. Is my bag over here? Over there. Shulkin up to Thielen. Thielen chips it. Thielen with forecheck. Dumoulin intercepts. Alvarez pressure. Shulkin on the B. Goal at 11:29 in the second half. Kaiser press Wernick up front. Frizy and Neal at the blue line. Frizy back on knee. Frizy backed up by press. Neal pursues behind his net. Neal up towards Wernick. Wernick over the red. Wernick centers towards press. Press behind. Frizy. Titus lead. And Eli Neal in pursuit. Saved by Thielen. Emmett McBride in the game at net. McBride with the save. Eli Neal. Miles press along the board. Press again. Backed up by Lee. Goes deep to Eli Neal. Neal up to Wernick. Wernick back to Frizy. Frizy. Titus Lee. Lee gets the puck in deep. Frizy. Shulkin. Shulkin out of the zone. The press. Press up to Wernick. Wernick shot. Wernick and press behind the net. Press with the shot. Thielen, Bostwick, and Kaiser up front. Brown and Shulkin at the D. Puck goes to the corner on Brown's side. Kaiser with pressure. Shulkin. Shulkin to Thielen. Puck behind the net. Thielen with pressure. Kaiser. Comes down on Luke Brown's side. Boswick. Shulkin. Shulkin up to Wheeler. Kaiser. Oh. Shulkin. Shulkin up towards Wheeler. Luke Brown. Luke Brown reverses. Luke Brown Wheelan, Luke Brown. Luke Brown with the goal, 8:27 in the second half. Press, Wernick and Titus Lee come out. Lee will be at the dot. Lee will be Frizy and Neal. Press pursues Titus Lee. Eli Neal. Press. Press along the boards, backed up by Lee. Wernick comes over. Frizy. Frizy. Puck out of play. Same five on the ice. Lee to Wernick. Press comes in. Wernick with pressure. Frizy up to Wernick. Eli Neal comes up. Frizy. Press. Neal. Saved by McBride. .7:42 left in the second half. Same five on the ice for the faceoff. Try it again. Titus Lee in the corner. Lee reverses. That's it on goal. It's 7:29 in the second half. Face off will be Kaiser at the dot, Lang at right wing, Bostwick left wing, Neal and Frizy. Lang with pressure, Frizy, Lang out of the zone. Lang and Bostwick with pressure, Frizy. Offsides. Same five stay out for the face-off. Neal, pressure. Lang in pursuit at the point. Frizy and Kaiser over. Frizy goes back to the corner. Frizy chips towards Neal. Neal up to Bostwick. Puck goes behind the net to Frizy. Frizy up to Lang. Lang cross ice to Bostwick. Bostwick with pressure. Neal comes over. Neal, Bostwick backed up by Kaiser. Puck behind the net with Neal. Frizy up to Bostwick. Lang to the red. Frizy up to Lang. Lang to Lee. Lang in the corner. Backed up by Lee. Comes down Luke Brown side. Ethan Shulkin back. Titus Lee in pursuit. Saved by McBride. Luke Brown. Cross ice to Lang. Lang to Luke Brown. Luke Brown. Press. Press. Luke Brown in the corner. Luke Brown behind the net. Puck comes to the corner. Press in pursuit. Titus Lee. Ethan Shulkin goes back to corral the puck. Change direction. Titus Lee. Luke Brown. Luke Brown with a shot. Luke Brown. Kaiser. Kaiser hits it in deep. Frizzy keeps it in, gets it deep. Press in pursuit. Press over with Kaiser. Kaiser and Press in the corner. Frizzy comes down from the blue. Now Frizzy and Press. Warnick. Eli Neal. Neal shoots it forward to Press. Press to Kaiser. Kaiser in the press. Frizzy out of the zone to Neal. Neal up to Press. Neal. Neal along the boards to Press. Out of the zone. Evanston changes up. Lang on the forecheck, knocks it away. Thielen in pursuit. Along Shulkin's side. Shulkin knocks it away. Shulkin, McBride with the save. Luke Brown. Shulkin. Lang along the boards. McBride knocks the puck to the corner. Luke Brown, Titus Lee. Lang along the boards. Titus Lee, stick handles. Luke Brown in the zone. Thielen to the corner. Shulkin to Kaiser. Lang to Thielen. Into the zone briefly. Lang keeps it in. Luke Brown. Oh. Discussing whether or not it's a 2 and a 10.
No sé.
It was right in the back. I didn't see what they called, yeah. Press, Kaiser, Wernick up front, Brown and Frizzy back. Press to Frizzy. McBride comes out. McBride with the save. Press. Kaiser. Kaiser and Press in the corner, back up by Frizzy. Kaiser comes out.
Kaiser shot, save. Wernick. Miles press penalty. Can't see. I didn't see the signal on it. I mean, the coaches obviously saw it. 2 minutes on Miles press. 1:30 left in the penalty for Johnstown. 1:29 left in the game. Kaiser, Brown, Wernick, and Frizy. Wernick with puck. Luke Brown goes back. Up to Kaiser. Kaiser cross ice to Wernick. Luke Brown. I think he forgot it was 4-on-4. Staying 4 on the ice. Luke Brown. Brown on the board. Brown in the corner. Brown up to Frizy. Kaiser back on D. Luke Brown intercepts. Brown in his zone. Brown passes to Wernick. Frizy. Wernick to the corner. Frizy at the blue. Frizy on the coverage. 25 seconds left. Both penalties go beyond regulation. Frizy. Bostwick back to Frizy. Frizy trips it forward to Bostwick. Frizy. Frizy's puck to the corner. Titus Lee in pursuit. Bostwick. That's it.